there! So today I'm going to talk about shifting on the violin in general and give you an exercise for shifting between first and third position. So before we start, we have to understand what are the positions on the violin. What does that mean? So the way to do that is think about when you first learned the violin, you learned to name your fingers 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you played those on the violin and they sounded kind of like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? And so that's all in first position. Well, if we want to go into third position, think about where is our third finger? It's right here. And where is our first finger? It's right here. Well, we put our first finger where our third finger was in first position, and that's third position. And the other positions are the same. So if you want to go into fourth position, you put your first finger where your fourth finger was. Now you might be thinking, is fourth position the last position because we only have 4 fingers? Well, actually no. We kind of imagine maybe we had more fingers and we keep going up by half steps and whole steps. But we're just going to worry about first and third in this video. So that's the basic concept of shifting and positions. So I'm going to talk first about one problem that I see a lot of students have when they first start to shift. And that is this. So say we're here, we're playing in first position. And then we have to shift into third position. And my thumb is still in first position, so it becomes really hard to play. And I'm probably going to play out of tune. And also my hand's going to start to hurt. So we don't really want to do that because it's going to cause a lot of tension and make it really, really hard. So we have to remember to bring our thumbs with us. And to do that, we just have to remember to be loose because we're doing a new thing, and sometimes when you do a new thing, tension happens. So to start out, we're just going to practice. We're going to put our fingers down on the A string, nice and loose, not like pressed down like you're going to play, just like on the string. And then you're going to slide them up and down and bring your thumb with you. So sliding the fingers and bringing the thumb. Kind of like you're polishing your string with your fingers. And your thumb is not grabbing, it's just kind of sliding along wherever feels the best for it to go. Okay, so that's a good way to start this exercise. So the other thing that I notice, and this is kind of what this exercise is getting at, is that when students first learn to shift, they kind of have their fingers up in the air, and then they might try to get to third position with no reference point. And it does feel like there's no reference point because we don't see anything on the violin. So when we're playing violin, we have to use our bodies as a reference point. So something that's really helpful to do when you're shifting is, well, from first to third specifically, is to leave your first finger down on the string, just loose, just like we were doing a second ago, and then just slide it along the string. So that's kind of the focus of this exercise. It's important to play all the steps of the exercise in order when you do it. So I'm going to play it all now. It's a short exercise, and then I'll break it down. So here it is. Okay, so here's what I did. I played my third finger on a D, and then my first finger on a B with a slur. So, and then I slid up with my first finger to the D. Okay, so now I'm in third position and my thumb came with me. And the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my first finger, that's on a D now, and I'm going to slide it back down to the B. And then I'm going to play the D with my third finger. And I am back in first position. Okay, so now I'm just going to do kind of a normal shift, and the normal shift actually has the same thing happening with my left hand, okay? So I want you to notice that. So, in third position, now back to first position. So did exactly the same thing with my left hand. I just didn't let you hear this B, but I still left it down. So that should help you find your notes when you're shifting from first and to third, into third.